Hello everybody, Anders here with another Throne and Liberty video. Today we are going to go over some of the things you should focus on once you hit 50 and finish the main story. At 50, you will now have access to the weekly missions. These are objectives that you can work on through the week to get random epic rewards at the start of next week. You will be able to choose which of the rewards you want, and if there are none that you really like or need for your build, you can instead choose the extra trait unlock stones, which are very good on their own. Those you will want to keep and use on items that will be hard to grind for, meaning you won't be able to get many copies of them to enhance them, so you use these stones to unlock traits you need. These weekly objectives are very easy to do, but don't really stress out about needing to finish every single objective on here. Just do what you want and try out other pieces of content that you can now do at level 50. The second thing you can now do is those contract rights that you've saved up. Hopefully you don't have to run all of them at once. Just make sure, as with any of these limited resources like dimensional contract tokens and abyssal contract tokens, and of course these contract rights, you have a limit of how many you can store, so always be below the cap. That way when the daily reset happens and you get those 10 new contract rights, you're not missing out on any of those. The third thing will be to check any open world dungeons available to grind. Each one will have a set gear and item drop rate, so grind the ones that you need for your blue gear first, then go to places like Shadowed Crypt, which is an open world dungeon that is a little bit harder to grind, and you need some better gear than your leveling gear set to deal some damage and not die so easily. This will be a very popular area for item drops, but also because it is one of the first places you can start using your Allied Resistance Forces contract scrolls. You get these from the gambling pouches and you can buy them weekly from any Sundries merchant. These scrolls give you missions that will reward you with a rare drop and some materials usually related to the place you're grinding. The trick here is to form a party, and if you want to focus on just completing these scrolls, maybe you have 30 of them, you can build for AoE skills and tag as many monsters as you see, even if you don't kill them or claim them. Once those get cleared, you will still get quest credit, so you can complete these scrolls fairly easily that way. I would recommend trying to form a party that will stick around and actually grind monsters to get those drops as well. Maybe after completing your scrolls, at least 4 people will be efficient. You can even duo or solo here depending on your gear score and class. If you are having trouble finding a party, even for just tagging monsters and doing your scrolls, which will happen, especially the first few days of Shadowed Crypt unlocking, you want to simply generate an invite link and enter it in general chat. You will then fill that party up pretty quickly. A lot of people are going to be in the same position as you, looking for a party. They're typing in chat, looking for a group, no one's answering. Just create a party link and you'll see that fill up pretty quickly. Though I would only advise this if you're trying to finish the scroll missions, because without proper communication, it can actually get pretty chaotic with some party members being in completely different areas and too spread out to grind effectively together. Before we move on, remember that Abyssal Dungeons, so these Shadowed Crypt and Ant's Nest and all these places, they're open world dungeons and PvE only during the day. Until nighttime, they're going to become PvP zones for 30 minutes. So if you're not with your guild and are not equipped to do some PvP, I would advise teleporting out of there. I do, however, suggest you try and PvP around these times, because it can be fun if you have enough of your guildmates with you. You lose nothing for dying, so might as well try it out and see how you fare. The fourth thing we can now do at level 50 is the level 50 dungeons. These will offer quite a challenge and give you some very good loot, though I would recommend looking for a learning party in the party board on your server, or taking your chances with matchmaking, though I will be honest with you, that is a huge gamble right now. Unfortunately, these dungeons have been out for almost a year now in Korea, so the mechanics have been pretty much solved and multiple guides are out there written or on YouTube. So if you want to learn it on your own, definitely make a party board saying that clearly you're forming a learning party, or find a guide and take your chances on matchmaking. Or if you're going to join a party group that doesn't say learning party and party board, if it says know the mechanics, that doesn't mean you watched the video. Usually they mean you've cleared it already, you know what to do. Just to avoid getting people upset, just don't join parties without letting people know the experience you have. You also don't want to just run every dungeon you see. You want to run the dungeons that drop items you need. Running them all is still useful, but you still want to focus on the dungeons that are going to drop your next upgrade for your build. Lastly, at level 50, you can now more easily challenge the rest of the floors of Title's Tower. These are the solo boss encounters. These are amazing for giving you a boost of enhancement resources to help get your first purple weapon to +9. There will also be a challenge boss every week called Gate of Infinity. You can try and clear this to make it into the highest rankings, and by clearing it as fast as you can within your class bracket. If you're having trouble ranking high, you can try and equip 2 of the same weapon. So if your staff is your main weapon, you can equip another staff on the second slot instead of your dagger or your bow, locking you into only using staff skills and passives, but maybe giving you a chance at higher rank rewards. That's all I have for you today, nice and short. Let me know what you think of the game so far. Are you enjoying your time in Throne and Liberty? Let me know, and if you like this video, sub, like, share, and as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.